so let's talk greatest common factor. Greatest common factor, or as you probably remember it, GCF. And it's the greatest number that's common between two sets of numbers. So when I was a kid, and if I wanted to know the greatest common factor of like 10 and 30, you had to list all the factors of each number. The factors of 10 are 1, 2, 5, and 10, and that's what two numbers will multiply to give you 10. And 30 would have been 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 10, 15, and 30. So then you would look at the two sets of data and what's the largest number between them. And it would be 10. So the greatest common factor of these two numbers would be 10. Now, honestly, that's a lot of work. So let me show you a different way. And this works every time. So let's look at the 10 and the 30 again. Now, I'm going to draw an upside down division symbol, and I want to know a number that will go into both 10 and 30. Doesn't matter what kind of number, just what is a number that goes into both 10 and 30. All right, 5. How many times will 5 go into 10? I'm going to bring the number down, and then I'm going to go 5 into 30. How many times will 5 go into 30? 6 times. Now, if you can do it again, do it again. For example, I have 2 and I have a 6. What's the number that will go into both 2 and 6? 2. 2 will go into 2 one time. 2 goes into 6 3 times. I can't go again. Over here, if you multiply those together, you get your GCF. So let's try another number. Let's try 54, 18, and 9. So I'm going to draw my backwards division symbol again. And what's going to go into all three numbers? Has to go in all three. Now, I can tell you that these are all even. So I know 2 will go into it. But if I look, 3 would go into it as well. But if I look, 9 would work as well. It doesn't matter if you chose 2, 3, 6, 9. 6 won't work. You're going to get the same answer as long as you multiply these numbers over here. So let me show you how it would work with 9. 9 goes into 54 8 times. 9 goes into 18 2 times. And 9 goes into 9 1 time. Now, I can go into 8 and 2, but I can't go into 1. And remember, it has to go into all three of them. So, GCF is 9. So let's add a letter. Because everything in algebra has to have letters. Yay! So I've got 3x squared and 15x to the 5th. So you do the numbers just like normal. Find a number that's 3 and 15. So what's a number that will go into both 3 and 15? 3. 3 goes into 3 once. 3 goes into 15 5. So my answer is 3. Then you look at your variables. Now remember, you want something that will go into both of them. The largest that will go into both of them. So I have an x squared here, and I have an x to the 5th here. Can a 5 go into 2? No. But can a 2 go into 5? Yes. So even though it's greatest common factor, you're actually taking out your smallest variable. So x squared. And that is your GCF. All right, let's try another one. So I have 11x to the fourth and 22x squared. 11 and 22 will be 11. So I know it's 11. Look at your variables. I have an x to the fourth and an x squared. What's your smallest variable? That's your largest one that will go into both. All right, let's kick it up a little bit with a little bit more added to that. Okay, so I have three numbers here. I'm going to do my numbers just like normal. 28, 35, and 7. What's going to go what's going to go into all three of those? 7. So that's going to be 4, 5, and 1. Nothing will go into them. I wrote that backwards. So 7 is my number. I have an x squared, and an x squared. What's my smallest variable? X. Now I have a y cubed, a y squared, and a y. What's my smallest y? Y. And that is how you do it with letters.